Okay, I'm back, and we're going to talk about the next critique. We did Barbara's, we did Jan's. Now we're going to do Najim, and what I suggested to her was, as you all know, if you've read the document that I sent, going to turn it on over here, and I'm going to scoot this in a little bit closer. Yeah, okay, there we go. Okay, I did this big old critique right here for her, and I started playing with it, and then she also sent me a critique, and that was, or a final piece was the onions and garlic, and I just loved it because her Najim's style is very unique within her shapes. For me, being fascinated by painting glass, I looked at her work and I went, oh my gosh, I love some of the shapes in there. Now, to me, these shapes that she has moving in here, I was suggesting to put orange in here and to glaze under here and so on and so forth. And I thought, then when I put them side by side, I went, you know what? No, I wouldn't do that. I would not do that because I really do truly feel that what she accomplished here is exactly what she needs to accomplish for herself, okay? Because these shapes that she has, they're mysterious, they're fun. Let's not glaze over them. Let's let these be, this is your focal point. This is what's going on in here, how her interpretation of the shape she sees in the glass, and it reads lovely, and she's got this rim that's working right here. So yeah, so if it has a light source that's a little different, then it's a light source it's lovely. So I wouldn't touch a thing, but I did suggest was let's enhance the shadow, and I really do feel that some of us could use that shadow as an anchoring tool, and we can let's pump it up a little bit. Let's see what happens if we throw some color in there. Okay, so I'm going to mix up a teal blue, and let's see if I can get this in the camera for you. Okay, so we have a teal blue, and then you could take some red over here, maybe throw some purples or something in here. It's turning gray. And have some fun with the your color source that you have available, and let's see if we can just kind of liven this up a little bit. The shadow, that is, okay. Or maybe you'll have your own particular combo. Okay, so with a clean brush, clean water, we're going to wet the surface. We're going to wet the surface right here. And, oh, as you can see, I've got my shadow going this way. I might have to turn it, but we'll worry about that when we get to it. I'm dropping some water in, and I'm doing the exact same technique that I applied to this prior, the first time around. And some of you, I did suggest this as in your critique, to pump up your shadow a little bit. And yeah, I mean, don't be afraid of this shadow. Okay, now we're going to take some color and just drop it in there, and I'm going to start right next to the glass. Okay, and I'm going to get it nice and dark right here. Let's do this because we're anchoring it, we're adding to it, it's all good. Okay, am I in your way? Oh gosh, didn't even see that. Okay. Here we go. Okay. Right there, right there. Maybe I'll drop a little bit more red in there. Do you see how I did that? Okay, so in my head, I'm going, oh, maybe I'll drop red in there, and I want you guys to listen to that little voice that happens when you're painting, because that's like one of those moments that it's just a gut reaction, and you don't know. Don't question it. Just try it. you know. And then the more that you listen to it and the more that you go for it, the you know, the more intuitive it becomes for you when you're painting, and you're going to trust, you're going to have more trust in your decision making here. Okay. Oh, pretty nice. See, that red really is going to anchor it down nicely. Drop it, drop it, drop it. And it's up to you how dark you want it to go. I can drop some reds in there. Again, I'm going to drop a little bit more red in. Boom, boom, boom. And don't ask why there's red. We don't care. We just want a really cool shadow, right? And let me flip it for you. I'm going to let it move, move, move. And, of course, I got a little drip there. I'm getting pretty good at this painting on the easel thing. Yeah, let's do this right here and here. Right here. Okay. Here it goes. Okay, let's take a look and see how that looks. And then we'll let it dry, of course. And then, yeah, not too bad. I like it. I like it. And of course you do, you know, maybe work it within that shape up in there. And that would solve some of your, you know, your balancing of your values, or, you know, spreading out. Yeah, just balancing the values is a good term. I like that. Okay. And I'm just dropping in a little bit more dark and movement. While it's still wet. Movement. 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 Okay. Looks good. I like it. I'm going to keep it. I'm not going to fiddle with it anymore. Just let it dry. And yeah, so that's that critique. Then we're going to move on to Wendy's. Okay, Wendy's piece was, I know she did, okay, so what happened with Wendy, she decided to try it twice. You know, she loved it so much the first time, I'm going to do it again. However, what I was seeing in her piece right here is that she has a wonderful eye for, like, there's several things that go on in glass. Sometimes you get the hard edge, the geometric shapes, which I love, and I think Howard loves too. But sometimes it's like you look at glass and all you see are these soft shapes that just kind of blend one shape after another that reads glass. It reads a soft distortion, soft reflective color coming into the glass. And that's what Jan got here. And I just absolutely love it. And does she have to go in and sharpen those edges? No, not at all. I want her to go in and just enjoy her thought process of how she sees glass. Because I think we all see it a little bit differently, of course. But I also think that she could, you know, play this up a little bit more within her style. Okay? And within her style, she has, you know, we're going to talk about glazing the orange, you know, making the orange pop a little bit more. Okay. Now, I noticed that a lot of you had backed off on the orange, you know, the color. We didn't. You were trying to keep it the same intensity as it was out here, in here. But it's not going to read that way because of the glass that it's reflecting into, okay? Now, you can actually mix up an orange and play with that color, dropping that color in, okay? And don't apologize for it. You know, okay, so if we're telling a lie, we're telling a big lie. You know, so maybe it's not that intense in the photograph, but who cares? You know, like like Jan, she just had those shapes looking so awesome. So, you know, you can go ahead, glaze right over, and add a little bit more orange here and here. Okay? And there's just no reason not to do that, because even though this is lighter, it's going to be darker here. Okay? Now, good job, Jan, and I hope that you understand what I'm saying about the way you're looking at glass versus the way I look at glass. I'm just a heavy-handed painter, and I want you to honor the fact that you are looking at all these lovely shapes here coming through here, okay? Okay, so with that being said, now we're going to move on to, let's see, the next person, Wendy. We did Wendy, now Howard. We have Howard. Howard, good job, Howard. Now, I suspect that Howard really gets the idea of the geometric shapes in here, and really appreciates them, and he lays them down with conviction, and he's done with it. He doesn't, you know, and I love that, because it seems like there's not a whole lot of fiddling going on and detailing or too much going on in here. What I did suggest was in this area here to glaze that blue, and it's you know, it doesn't make a huge difference, but it makes a little bit of a difference. And most of these critiques that I do for you guys, it's like I'm really looking hard to find things that I can critique about, because every single one of these pieces can be, you know, framed and ready to go exactly as you turn them in. But my job, to keep job security, I guess I have to still critique you guys. But and I know that's why you take the course too, is to get some feedback on your work, and so that's what I'm here for. Yeah, so it's okay. You can go ahead, glaze in some blue, Howard, if need be, and then your orange again. Don't be afraid to pump up that orange, and you know, drop some intensity in up in this area. See, there's a big difference here to here, and I really do think if you added a little bit more intensity to your orange, this would have more fun with these shapes, you know, and just go ahead and knock them in. And again, tell a lie, you tell a big lie, okay? Because people are going to look at your work and they're going to believe whatever you do at this point. They're going to say, yeah, that's an orange juice squeezer. That's the orange. That's, you know, we're just detailing out some of the small things that takes it over the top within your style, of course. Okay, so last but not least, we had, this was not on our doc because this came in a little late, and this was, and that's okay. This is Elia, and what a beautiful piece. I love what's going on in here. I love these shapes. I love that the rind, you know, was the distortion of the rind was finding its way, threaded through this area, and threading these shapes and threading the color is key to getting that transparency. That's another huge tip. The only critique I would have for this is the rind up here. If you could have, you know, think about leaving a highlight, and it's easy enough to do still. For you though, I'm not going to show you how to add more, and it could be my photograph too. So because I see a little bit of transition right up in here when I look at the Xerox. So do me a favor, trust, you know, if there is a bigger jump than what I see here, then don't touch it. But I'm going to show you all about, okay, we could scrub a little bit if you want. That could be my last, that could be my very last tip before we sign off, okay? I hate to leave you on the scrubbing note, but, you know, again, If you need to bring out a highlight, I'm just scrubbing, and this is really irresponsible of me to show you this scrubbing technique. There are different ways of scrubbing, but I would just suggest just to bring out just a tad, not too much. Just, you know, just go ahead, lighten it, lift it, lighten it, lift it, lighten it, lift it. Okay, so that's it for now. And it's been such a pleasure having you guys in my class, and I hope our paths cross again, and that I'm able to work with you and teach you about some of the lessons that I have available through Northlight. And if you get a chance, I don't know if you all know this, there's a whole series of art-to-art lessons. Guy Magellanis and myself, we do a PBS program. It's called Art to Art, and it's two artists painting the same image within their own styles, which I've been talking about most today, is like honoring your style of painting, implementing my techniques, Guy's techniques, and just finding yourself within this whole crazy world of watercolor, and where do you belong, and how, you know, how can you have fun with some of these techniques, and because that really does come across in your painting when you're enjoying the work. So good luck, goodbye, and thank you so much. I really did enjoy this class, and much success to all of you. Thank you.